Hey y'all. What's going on, everybody? Listen, we shaking it up, changing it up a little bit on this amazing Saturday. I don't know about you, but today has been amazing. Here in Philadelphia, it was hailing today. The weather has been really wonky, right? It was sunny, then it was raining, then it was hailing. I thought I saw snow. I'm confused. Anyway, now the sun came back out. Now it's anyway. How y'all doing today? So listen. It is Saturday. I don't know if you're going to catching this with us live or you're catching this with us on the replay, but today is day 20. Oh my gosh, day 20 of 25 days of her. Like, oh my God, can we say down to starting with like I guess the final 6, the final 5? I don't know. We're on day 20. Put it that way. 5 more days to go before we end this month, as we've been celebrating 25 days of her. So who are we celebrating today? You might be saying, okay. So if you read it in the tag, you'll see her name. But I'm about to bring her so that way you can match the name with the face and the face with the name. Are you ready, backstage, beautiful? She's like, I'm ready. She ready. Hashtag she ready. None other than welcome to the virtual stage. None other than Miss Monique Morman, and the crowd goes, yes. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous am I. Amen. Yes, I'm ready.
You ready. Well, listen, oh my gosh, Monique, this has been such a journey for all of us. Like, this is, can you believe we up to day 20? Like, man.
Yeah.
You've been waiting, rocking back and forth patiently, like, okay, my day coming. My day is coming. Today is all about you. Today is Monique Day. Today is Monique Morman Day. How about that? You got your own day.
Woo-hoo.
Guess what today is? I just found out what today is, and I can't wait till we get done because I'm going to post some things. Today is National Self-Confidence Day.
All right now.
I didn't even know that. Wait till we get done. Oh, I'm gonna post some stuff.
Okay.
In my Jennifer Lewis voice, y'all not ready for this, the stuff that I'm gonna post for you today.
Absolutely.
I almost did kind of sound like her. I just channeled the Jennifer Lewis. But anyway,
yes.
Today is all about Monique Morman. So please do tell everybody who you are, what you do, and just what makes you so stinking awesome.
Okay.
So on you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for this beautiful moment in time just to share and introduce myself to all of you. So as you can see on the screen, as well as Carolyn introducing me, I am Monique Morman, and I am a visionary. I am a heartfelt person. I am a giver of everything positive and light. And I am my brother's keeper, which is the name of my nonprofit organization. So I started up the organization, of course, during everybody's downtime of COVID. And it was a time where I was propelled into my destiny. So for years, I have been helping with those less fortunate than myself. I've cooked meals at a party for my coworkers and then shared it with those who are less fortunate. I've also been in the light where I was able to work with a group from my church to facilitate for those who were in need of clothing, in need of just some type of, just conversation, right? So we had gone on a convention, and we were led to pack food for others and to also take it to them. And we sat down and had conversations with them about their journey through life and the things that had caused them to end up in a place where shelter was no longer their comfort. And so, just with that, I was already in the mode of being prepared to help others that were in need. And so, my organization was actually spearheaded as a result of mental illness within my family. And my logo that you'll see based on, if you take and just follow me on the social media sites that we are on, you will see a picture of my sister and my brother. My sister I lost in 2018. And my brother is still currently struggling through the challenges of his mental illness. And so, because of them, I had been in tune with what mental illness can do and affect in the family home as well as the individual itself. And so, based on just always being that type of person that I am, always wanting to help others, always wanting to give anything that I could and all of myself to assist and to be that light again to those who are in need. And just so many wonderful things have been happening since I've started. I am my brother's keeper. For one, I started off having monthly meetings, just taking and highlighting just the topics that are not readily had on a daily basis. Because of COVID, we are starting to have those conversations now. But when we started, there were plenty of things that had not been brought to the forefront. Mere fact of how there are connections between mental illness, addiction, health, and general just wanting to fit into life. And so we had these meetings and we talked and we branched out into so many different areas, talking with medical professionals, talking with those who were dealing with addictions, and even talking with some people that had been through each part of the segments that we had covered. And so from that, it's just been spearheaded to where I have more of a community following. We are starting to grow very wide and throughout social media. And I'm just so excited. I've also added a segment which is called the Mad Hatter. And that was spearheaded just to also, not only give that, that moment so that you can laugh, so that you can have something just to break away from the everyday grind, the everyday stressors that attack you. It was also to take and highlight the mental and the physical and the relational ways in which we walk through this life. And since I've been doing that, it has just outreached so far. And I've been getting comments from people out of state, all within the United States, but just connecting with people that I've, haven't met before. And it's just such a wonderful thing to know that we are on the path to bringing and diminishing the stigmas that are associated with mental illness and homelessness. We need to just be more uh, compassionate about what we are trying to accomplish on a daily basis. You can't always assume that you know the person's story. You really have to take the time to listen, even if you're not steadily having a conversation. Um, so I'll give an example. So I was on a New York subway station, and there was a gentleman that was, having an episode, and everyone was kind of timid, but I took the time to listen to what he had been through. And I took that moment to pray for him, because what he had been through had taken him so far, and separated him so deep away from reality, that he was stuck in that mode of what he had gone through. And we have to just look at these things that confront us every day, because I can guarantee you, if you do not have someone in your family that suffers with mental illness, you have come into contact with someone, whether it be from an outside source, just from daily travels, or from someone that is a friend, or a coworker. And we really need to address mental illness in a whole new and different way, looking at it as my brother's keeper, because that's how we get it from, as far as it has stretched. Because now with the new laws, there's things that we're not, allowed to do to help them. They have to advocate for themselves, which is a good thing. But if it's a case where they're so far detached, for them to just say, okay, I'm not going to stay in this area. I'm not going to get the help that I need. I'm fine. I can do it myself. Then we have, situations where there are incidents of, disconnect. There's incidents where sometimes, they come in contact with law enforcement. And I do applaud them, because they are now, continuing to train the officers so that they know what to do in, certain situations. But we still need to move expeditiously, so that, we are helping them get through this time that they are experiencing. And as far as homelessness, you have to think about so many ways that it happens, because it's not always just about someone doesn't want to stay, or someone doesn't want to, follow the rules, or they're being defiant. It's not always that. Anything simple as, a natural disaster, a fire. If you watch the news, there's cases where a person loses their home because the home that is adjacent to them has been condemned, and therefore causes their home to be unstable for them to stay. So there's all these things that we must remember. We must continue to assist and to help and find ways to be your brother's keeper, and to be productive and compassionate, and helping others when they can't do it on their own. And that's me. That's who I am. I'm that advocate for the person that needs just that extra bit of help. And thank you so much for this moment to highlight my organization and to share with you my passion for this organization.
Ooh-wee. So, I mean, you took away my the questions. Like, could you answer them already? But that's okay, because it's like, because you really gave us a breakdown for. Well, no, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Did you talk? No, you did. You did about my brother's keeper. So, and how you got it started and your reasons behind it
Yes.
and why it is what it is. Like, because there's always a message behind the message. Like, so now people really get an understanding for why it's so important to you. So, okay, so now I know what I can ask you. So, if people have been following you, right?
Yes.
We've been seeing some real peculiar activity
Yes.
on your social media accounts. Let's talk about those things right now. Just let's just put a lid on it,
Okay.
or do we put a hat on it?
We put a lid, we put a hat.
Let everybody know what we're talking about.
So what Carolyn is talking about is hashtag Onyx Mad Hatter. So I have been creating videos that make you think, that make you laugh, and sometimes make you wonder, have I lost every faculty that there is? But there's always a message included in the video's description. So I created these videos just to give a moment of release, of outbursts, of just that feel good, that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. And so I took it, and I've been advocate with it, and just it's running, it's going, it's still moving. And I love every minute of it because it's not always planned. Sometimes it's right at the moment, just before I do the video, where the spirit gives me the message that needs to be projected for that day. And so hashtag Onyx Mad Hatter, she is doing her thing.
That she sure enough is. So, like she said, like, okay, what's going on with Monique? Because she just came out of like, bam, here we go. It's like, okay, and she kept doing it, and it was like, what's going on? But then it's like, okay, it's all tying into with mental health. Right. So, and then we had someone, Yolanda. See, she just put a whole narrative on here. Yolanda Foreman. So I don't even say it's a long way to go with law enforcement. And then responding to a call when mental health is involved. Yeah. So, and there are some states that are really diligent on the training front in this situation, but all states need to be on board. So, I mean, and is that really kind of like what? So, thank you, Yolanda, for chiming in. Just kind of like what you were talking about with mental health. And, this is what the whole Mad Hatter is about, right? And this is all part of the initiative with I Am My Brother's Keeper, and how that all comes together, because there are, I'm gonna let you just talk on that based on what she just said and how you want to address that. So I'm not even gonna, because I'm not the expert, you are.
So yes, thank you so much, Yolanda, for that statement, because it is true. It's very true. Our officers, what they deal with on a regular basis is always thinking about the danger first, which is, it's customary. You're law enforcement, you're out there, you never know what's going to happen, but it's essential for them not only to know their communities that they are serving, they also need to know social and community issues, because it all ties into that. If you're not aware of someone with a mental illness, or if you're not aware of someone that doesn't have the capacity to communicate with you, because sometimes it's not always mental illness. Sometimes, in cases of autism, some are not verbal. And so if they do not take and have regular study, based on the things that address the community, the social and civil awareness that needs to be impacted in their daily work and service, then that's where we have the breakdown. That's where the conflict begins, because that learning for some reason has stopped. Yes, you went to the academy, you learned how to be an officer, you learned how um, to use your gun, to use your baton, to decipher between someone who's doing good and someone who's doing bad. But there's a gray area in between. And somehow along the line, we've forgotten that black and white is not just black and white. There is a midway point that we all have to meet. And if we can't meet in the middle, it causes such a dramatic breakdown.
This is true. So how about you talk about the gray area? So, but the gray area that we all need, and when I'm saying all, I mean, and not just, law enforcement, but just people in general,
Yeah.
our families, because I'm pretty sure that when you're doing, everything what I am my brother's keeper, it's outside of, we're to, keep the law separate, because right, what you're really referring to is that we all have this social responsibility, right, to
Absolutely.
be each other's keeper, right?
Absolutely.
So, that's where, and I don't, like I said, and I want to steer it off of that, because I know that's a topic that could be very sensitive.
Yeah.
But if we really approach it in a space of it's all of us, right?
Absolutely.
We all have a social responsibility for, like you said, someone has, because I remember growing up and seeing, we used to call, this person, I'll stay away from them because they're a little off. Or, you see somebody walking around and they were always talking to themselves, or whatever the case may be, or they were just different. That's
Yeah.
what we didn't understand all these labels. We didn't understand all these conditions. And
Right.
that was back then when I grew up. So even now, now they're older, or people just even my age. It's stuff that's going on that we really don't know how to address. We don't know how to address mental health, especially in the guise of where we've been socially, climately in the past couple of years. That has really exasperated a lot of the illnesses that people have had, diagnosed or undiagnosed.
Correct. Correct.
So, right, diagnosed or undiagnosed, and a lot of it is undiagnosed, right? A lot of it is undiagnosed. Anxiety, that falls under the guise of mental health.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
It sure does.
We've been all anxious. So guess what? We all have had, that's what I'm saying. It's bigger than, that's an issue, but it's large. That's why, with your I am my brother's keeper, that's so key. So I'm just so glad that you are doing what you're doing. I wanted people to know exactly who you are outside of, the HERStory. And speaking of HERStory, let's just touch on that for a second. So HERStory, man, talk about the experience and just that whole just being able to share your story and just being part of this whole movement of HERStory. And if you guys don't know what HERStory is, we're gonna tell you in a second. So go ahead, Mo.
Okay. So first, let me just say, take every opportunity that comes to you, because you never know where your aha moment is going to be. When I accepted the responsibility to share my story, it opened up not only the conversation to have amongst all of us, it opened up a whole new light in me. And I was just surrounded by love. That's that's the best way I can describe the unity within her story. Um, we, though we may have experienced things in so many different ways, we are all connected, and it was instantaneous. And you got to read this book. You have got to read it, because from the time you open the book and read the forward, and then it's just you're captivated from that moment. You cannot put it down. Trust and believe. You cannot put it down. I'm not just saying this just because I am a contributing author. I suffer with a hoarding disorder, and that's what my chapter is about. And it discusses more than just what you think you know about hoarding. It discusses all the layers that come with it. When I say it has opened up just so much more within me. So, ironically enough, I also have a cleaning business. Yes, I'm a hoarder with a cleaning business, because I do like to clean, but I also like to collect. So in examining myself and sharing my story, I am able to help those that I work with who deal with their hoarding disorder. And I'm able to do that because I opened up my heart, I opened up my life, and I shared it. And there's so much power in sharing your story. The empowerment piece, because it's healed, empowered, and resilient. And the empowerment piece is that you get to take over, take back what is yours. You get to give everything that you've learned to others. And so I am so grateful that I was accepted, my story was accepted, and that I have gained so many more connections and new sisterhood that will transcend to the end of time between all of us. It's just been such an amazing experience that I can't put into words. But if you want to talk about how it feels, think about Christmas morning, think about the 4th of July, fireworks going off everywhere, because when we get together, when we talk, when we share, when we give our all to this project, we are preparing to give you what you need in this life to carry on, to push yourself forward, and to keep going. So I can keep talking about this, but I know we have a short time. I just want y'all to know I'm so excited about this book. I'm grateful.
Look, she done said it all, right? She said it's 4th of July, it's Christmas, it's your birthday. It's like, when you get so excited. And Monique, you were so right. It is definitely, I talk about it. It's beyond. It's a movement to everyone else, but to us, it's like a community, right? It's a village, and these women, these 25 women, like you said, you're one of the 25, and it's just the camaraderie amongst the women, the partnerships, the collaborations, the support, the love, the understanding, the peace. All of those things are just so prevalent in this group, this cohort. That I'm just super proud of every single last one of you that are in this, and it's really sending this message out to the world, in so many different ways. Like you said, healed, empowered, resilient, And man, that's what all of you are, including you. That's why we're celebrating all of you this month, right? And so that way people get to know, you gave them a snippet about what your story was about, but it really wasn't about your story because it's really about you, right? It's about because you are more than your story. There's more to Monique, right? So I wanted everyone to know, okay, so who is Monique? Let's celebrate you. Let's just like, this is Monique Day. Monique Day just happens to be on Self-Confidence Day. Hey, right. Woo, woo. I didn't even know that day existed. I just found out today, but you learn things, right?
Yes.
You learn. You
That's
must
right.
learn. My KRS-One on it. You must learn. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'll take it back. See, okay, all right, sorry. Good. My little turntable on my mic's out. So listen, Jam Master J, run DMC, got Grandmaster J there. See, she's from Brooklyn. She's down in the DMV area, but she originally from Brooklyn. So
that's right.
I'm a Philly girl, so I can't even claim anything from New York. So, but anyway, we close. That's close enough. Close enough. Close enough. We got our own little thing. We got our own John down here.
That's it.
That's it. But listen. This has been such an amazing time for you to be here. And she's talking about her story. Her story, is Monique is one of the fabulous 25 best-selling authors now to this amazing anthology. So you see the little ticker going across the bottom of the screen. It was already in the screen by her name. But you can see, go to HERStory. Go to HERStory, bit.ly. You got to go to bit.ly. bit.ly/HERStory anthology. You can get a copy of the book. Excuse me. You could also get on a waiting list because we are about to do this. We about to tour, y'all. We about to take the whole year by storm. The whole year by storm. We need. Wait a minute. I gotta show most. Look. Yolanda said we all need each other and each other's story. I am my sister's keeper.
That's it.
Look, my sister's keeper, my brother's keeper, we just all in this together. All in this together. So listen, this is so needed. And thank you, Yolanda, for chiming in. She had jumped in on us when we was on Instagram the other day with one of our other co-authors. So thank you.
Awesome.
She's actually giving her a shout out. So if you guys have seen my film, The Good Life, Yolanda is actually TIC. Tabernacle Interdenominational Choir, Yolanda Foreman. She's like the dopest, the baddest gospel choir director on this planet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It comes from her. So yeah, her story. We all have a story, so definitely make sure you get your copy, pass it, share it, all of those good things. And same thing, make sure that you're tuned into all of us because
that's right.
And we got some great things coming. This is the year of her. Like I already said, it's the year of her. This is Women's History Month. It's National Confidence Day. It's Monique Day, day 20 on 25 days of her. And we making HERStory, right? So man, I'm trying to tell you. So I don't even know if I can even ask you this question, man. I was going to ask you what's a quirky fact about you, because you can't get no quirkier than being a Mad Hatter. So I don't know.
Let me tell you.
Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Let me sip my water. I'm just sip. Look. I'm drinking my water and minding my business.
So, quirky fact about me is I could freestyle and I could do that pop locking.
Bust a bar. Let me see you bust a bar. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all want to hear bust a bar? Bust a bar in the chat.
All right. So right off the cuff, her story, my story is ours. It's yours. Get it today because we are here to share our story every day. You will feel the stress, the life, oh my gosh, it's coming at me one at a time. But her story is the end of the road for the quote unquote, the misunderstood, the angry Black woman, the I don't know what's wrong with her. It's all about her story, my story, your story, our story. It's going to be the best. You need to get with the rest. Get your copy now, because if you don't have it, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's why I'm trying to find some music for you. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Man,
I do a little something.
She was like, we heard. Yolanda said, I want to hear. Man, see, she came at her. Because she the mad hatter.
Yes.
I ain't mad at her.
I'm sorry. HERStory.
She just splattered.
Every day.
Some bars.
You and me. HERStory. You got to get it. Tuesday. Get your book so you can say you with us every day.
That's what we do. We just cut it up. Listen. Just poetry in action, right?
Yeah.
Poetry, emotion, and the action. That pop lock going on. Pop lock. I know someone tuning in is like, what in the world?
All right.
What in the world that I just tuned into? But listen, this is what we do. Now y'all get to see. So listen, thank you, Monique. Hearts and likes and loves to everybody who's tuning in. Make sure you give us some hearts and likes and love. Monique, how can they reach you?
So I can be reached on Facebook groups under I Am My Brother's Keeper nonprofit organization. We are also on Instagram, I Am My Brother's Keeper 2126. And we're on Twitter, I Am BKMH.
Did y'all get all that?
Yep, that's it.
Y'all get all that right there.
All of that.
Oh, she like all of that. So listen, Monique, before we go jump over to IG, you guys can come over to IG and join us if you want. We'll invite you to come and talk with us if you want.
Yes.
But listen, Monique, I always ask everybody, so thank you for that. Was definitely a different, I didn't think there was anything more, but thank you for sharing that. But here, listen, can you give the ones who are watching, whether they're watching now or they're watching later, give them a word. Just give them a word that that they can take for the rest of the day and take it into the days to come.
Strength.
And then why strength?
Strength because you have the strength to even go past you. We can do all that God has given us to do. There is no limit. You have the strength to do it. Don't doubt it. Keep going.
Don't doubt it. Keep going. And the word of the day from Monique Day is strength. Man, thank you, Monique. Thank you for sharing all of your just amazingness, right? Your awesomeness, your smile, your energy, your madness.
Oh yes, because there's a lot there. There's a lot.
So listen, thank you so much. I'm gonna put you backstage for a second. We'll come back to you. Then we're gonna jump over to Instagram while I close out. So thank you so much, Monique.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there you guys have it. Like, man, the Mad Hatter, indeed. The pop locker, the rock stopper. Monique. Day 20. Oh my gosh. So, she just shared with you about her whole, everything that she does is all centered around like mental health, right? And I think May is Mental Health Awareness Month, I believe. So we probably should be hearing more from her. So if you really want to get connected with her, she just gave you her whole narrative. So you can be able to catch her on the rebound, catch her later. But listen, in the meantime, I'm just so glad that you spent this afternoon with us today. We still have 5 more days to go. Listen, if you missed any of this broadcast or the past 19 days, just go to my YouTube channel, Magnify Your Essence, and you'll find everybody there, right? You can even find it here on Facebook under Magnify Your Essence. But listen, I want you guys to just take that word that she gave you today of strength and just know that you are a pillar of strength. You are confident, right? Since it's Confidence Day, Self-Confidence Day. And man, you're just special. You are her. You are her. I am her. We are all her. So I want you to do one of 3 things that I always tell you to do as we end this amazing, beautiful day. I want you to be empowered. Very important that you become empowered, because you can move mountains when you do that through your strength, right? I want you to be inspired by the things that you didn't think you could do, and just do it anyway. You got this. And once you're able to do all of that, ooh, baby, let your light just shine and be magnified. That's all I got for you today. All right, I see you guys. This is Carolyn Wilson, your fearless magnified educator. See you later. Toodaloo. Bye.